It is Wednesday, January 25th, 2012 at 6:04 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want to show you this area we've got up here north of the storm. Well, actually it's looking like a storm in and of itself, but in reality it's not. We've got this snake cloud coming up here out of Texas. I'll turn this up a little bit. And it looks pretty severe down in here. I'm not sure what's happening. I just kind of checked in. But I was looking at these pink clouds and the blue clouds, and I turned on the weather view here. I've done this before, but this little cross here, when you position it, it tells you what things are at the location that it's at. And all through this area, which is supposed to be, the pink and blue is supposed to be, well, let's turn it on here, mixed and snow. And it's granted it's in the kind of the light area, but all I'm getting all through here is overcast or hazy. Nothing, no precipitation. See this? I mean, right here it tells you what it is. Now I do get readings when I go down here in the green area that's saying light rain, and see, and then even over here up in the pink areas we're not getting any readings. Up in Minnesota it just says haze. I mean, no matter where I stop, it's not a matter of chasing the storm, but it's just I'm not getting any snow or mixed. So when I zoomed in, I realized, well, first you can see these two spots here. Those are interesting, and then also we got these huge HAARP rings showing up, mostly in New York and out of Pittsburgh. You can see them right here. They don't show up as good as they used to, but you can still see them popping up here and there. Well, we also have this hot area here that's got two hot spots, which I'm always suspicious of that because things seem to be coming in pairs. Just like there was two blue dots here just a minute ago, we'll get two hot spots here. Well, it looks like here and here. Kind of a mirroring type effect. But here's, you can see the edge of the HAARP circle here. Well, actually that's not it. That's even down here more. Out of Baltimore or Washington, D.C. And then up in here too. Here's the edge of one right here. It's a big circle that goes around. This one's Binghamton. They're centered around a Doppler radar station. Here too in northern New York showing up. Buffalo. So I went on College DuPage, and this is kind of what it looks like. We've got this low pressure area right here, and then we've got this snake cloud moving up out of the Gulf or south of there. The radar's cutting it off so you can't see the entire thing. And that's kind of moving up into this area, and all that haze and stuff is up in here. And you can see the blue here. That's the frequency rings, the HAARP frequency rings. And I've got a closer view. This is a lot closer. I don't have this loop loaded, but you can see this one right here is centered around Binghamton, and this one right here is centered around Buffalo. And then this is a little further out view, and it's running. And you can't really see them all because they get lost. Here's one right here too, because they get lost in the storm. But let's go look at them on the next rad sites. I've got it open here. Actually, I went over to Cleveland. I was looking for those little blue spots. But let's go look at, I think Buffalo is probably the most severe. And you can see right here, one of the ways to tell if it's frequency, other than doing what I showed you on the weather, you know, checking with a little crosshair, is that it typically goes all the way around. It looks very severe, but yet it doesn't show up in the middle of the Doppler. And we had some strange clouds come through here. I think it was yesterday, and I made a video on it. Actually, it's at the end of another video, and I'll try to give you a link to that if you want to see it, because they were like clouds with chunks cut out of them, like a gear or something. So let's go look at up here. This is Fort Drum, Montague, New York. I think it's just arriving here. Yeah, they're just starting to show up here. They haven't quite moved in yet. This, I assume, is a wind farm. I don't know. I'll have to go check that out. But I know a couple of areas that have this kind of a thing going on. Let me zoom in. And both of them turned out to be wind farms. But I don't know about this one. You go to New York and zoom in and you can see this county line, and that'll help you identify where that's at. I'm going to zoom back out here, and I want to check while we're here. They got a precipitation loop. Let's see if we're getting precipitation showing up. And no, nothing. All right, let's go check the base velocity. And it's showing up as green blobs out here, and a red blob too. Well, that's interesting. These readings generally come out of the Doppler, like you see the green here, and you see, well, you don't see the red here, but it should be like a red V here and a green V here, showing you the direction. Direction of what? I'm not sure. The wind, I suppose, the wind and the storm, the way it's moving. But let's go ahead and look at the other ones. Binghamton here. So you'll see the same thing. We're getting that big ring with the hole in the middle. Kind of like a donut effect. One of them had snake clouds. Might have to go back looking for that, because, and you can see the terminator beams are coming through right here, and those are the ones that follow the terminator line at sunset. So they were started though before it ever got there, it looks like. And then let's look at Washington, D.C. and see if I haven't looked at this one yet, so yeah, it's just starting to form up in here. It takes a couple times through to get the whole loop loaded. But you can see that hard edge forming, which it's the edge of the radar, but it's the density of it, you know, right at that end, right at that point. And then let's go back and look at Buffalo, because I think this is the one where I saw the snake clouds. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's not. One more. Let's see, wasn't there? Oh, Pittsburgh, that's it. And it's got frequency going too. I mean, State College, I'm sorry, State College, Pennsylvania. And here's the snake clouds right in here. And there's a wind farm right in here. I did check that. In fact, I did a video on that. You could see a cloud being formed right at the, well, it looks like the frequency's going around that wind farm too. Look at that. See, that makes a circle around it as well as the Doppler. Well, that's a new discovery. We'll have to see if that repeats itself. And then the snake clouds. Let me slow it down just a touch so you can see it. We'll zoom in here. And here's the wind farms. I have verified that these are wind farms. And you can look for this shaped county here. But let's see, stop it. And we'll see where the snake clouds are coming up before that though. Because the wind farm's right in here. And the snake clouds are appearing right here. Let's go back one. Well, actually, whoops. This is the beginning of the loop. So right in here, and that's at, oh, I can't read this. 2030 UTC on January 25th. Let me zoom back out. Let's see if we can find an area where it's not overlapped. Yeah, so that's 2039. So it's 2030 UTC on January 25th. So anyway, there you have it. HAARP rings, snake clouds, wind farms, the whole shebang. God bless you. Have a good evening.